Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new episode of The 100. This is Season 5, Episode 9, titled Semper Tyrannis. So, last time on The 100, I believe, was the best episode of the season. I think I can confidently say that just because the season did start out strong. There was a couple of things that were happening between then and now that were there was some middling points where I just didn't particularly care for some story decisions, but overall, season 5 has been delivering. It's been firing on all cylinders. The characters are doing things that they're actually being tested in ways that I didn't expect them to be tested, and they're actually, making the hard decisions more so than usual. Like, I know the show's kind of like been around making the tough choices in order to survive for one's people, etc., etc., etc. And it's also kind of crazy to think about, like, looking back on season 1 and how the show kind of evolved from there. It's almost like two different shows because season 100 is like so different from season 500. I'm not just saying that just because the stories naturally progress, but I'm just saying from a production point of view, everything looks better. Like the budget's already, it's up there. People look great. The sets look great. Everything looks way better. You know what I'm saying? And even the acting's improved. The storylines have improved, but there's still that CW that's all over it. And I get that's the CW, it aims for what, teenage girls or something like that. So obviously that's their target audience, and for the most part, that's kind of like what they kind of want to steer their content towards. That's not to say that other people can't watch it. Obviously, I spent majority of my TV time actually watching a lot of CW content. Like Supernatural, Smallville, Vampire Diaries. I've seen all that. And I won't say that they're bad shows by any means, but out of them, they definitely seem like CW shows. The only one that doesn't is probably Supernatural, just because it kind of came along at a time where it was like the WB, where it came around, and then when it came to CW, it was a popular show, and it just kind of continued on and on and on. So The 100 is a really solid sci-fi series, and what I really kind of like about it is that we've grown way past the teen drama. There's still that teen drama stuff in the show, but it's not as prevalent. Characters such as Octavia, that started out as the girl under the floor, you know what I mean, has now grown into Blood Reina. Like, the evolution of certain characters honestly kind of gives me goosebumps just to think about. And it's kind of fun. It will be fun to kind of go back in time and rewatch season 1 and see, wow, where certain things set up and all that good stuff. But yeah, I feel like the show will probably be way better to me personally on its second watch through, just because I know what to expect, and you guys kind of like filled me in on certain things that were happening behind the scenes and kind of story decisions that pissed off the fans and whatever, but for the most part, I will say season 5 is the best season of the show so far. Characters are doing things that I didn't expect them to do. And speaking of certain characters, let's just kind of do a brief rundown of where we're at. It ended off with Murphy kind of knocking out Octavia, because Octavia was ready to march to war. She was ready to march on to Shallow Valley, take Eden, wipe out Dioza and everybody there, and basically take it for themselves. Solid plan, but Bellamy and Clark, they had a plan to kind of stop Octavia, because I feel like she's kind of strayed too far from the path. There was even a great quote that Indra had a couple episodes ago where she said, it's easy to get lost in the dark. And that's where I kind of feel like Octavia is. Like, she's been kind of thrusted into this position where people wanted her to be a leader, when naturally it probably should have gone to Indra, because she's the one with like probably like the most experience, like in terms of ranks, you know what I mean? But storyline wise, I get why it's Octavia, but she's obviously more of a warrior, not necessarily a leader. So I don't necessarily fault her for the decisions that she's making, just because she's making decisions based on how she as a warrior would do it in a position where now she has to actually make these calls. So there's that. What's his name? McCreary is probably going to double cross Dioza, because he's now working with John and Amori, because John basically told him that Dioza was going to leave him for dead. Dioza is pregnant with his child. I believe that was confirmed. And she was basically like, well, if he dies, that's basically one of my problems are gone. So he took offense to that, and now he's going to work with John and Amori and basically trick them to get inside to rescue their friends, Raven, so forth, so on and so forth, Echo. What else is going on? Whew, there's a lot of stuff that happened. Cooper did die in the last episode. That was her name, right? Cooper? Or was it Kara? I can't remember. Cooper or Kara, one of those. One of Octavia's right-hand women. They died, and it was kind of like a trap because Octavia was playing 3D or 4D chess at this point. She knew someone was going to try something shady. Hey, Clark. So when she found out that Cooper/Kara was dead, she realized, well, what was she doing there? Since the plan was not for the worms, it was for the eggs. So damn, Clark got caught red-handed. She kind of let Bellamy go, but then Bellamy came back and knocked her out and drugged her with something like the algae stuff Monty was talking about. And speaking of, Monty is like definitely becoming like one of my favorite characters right now. It's like, because if you go back to season 1, all these characters now were nobodies back then. They're basically like furniture pieces. You know what I'm saying? I know some that probably will irritate you guys, like, oh my god, it's all about the journey, but I'm just saying, I don't even think Harper had a name in season 1, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, this is some good shit right here. I can't wait to hop in and see where we're at. Because Bellamy, how are you going to get out of this, my guy? I need to know what happens. So, Semper Tyrannis, no idea what that means. It's obviously Latin for something, Tyrannis. I don't know. It reminds me of Star Wars, Lord Tyrannis, Count Dooku. But let's just hop in, have a good time. But before I do, I want to remind you guys, Patreon for the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, as well as early access to everything else you see here on the channel, as well as exclusive reactions. So if any of that interests you, hop on over to Patreon. If you can't support me over there, you can always support me right here on YouTube. All you gotta do is like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Now let's stop talking, hop in, have a good time, discuss it afterwards. All right, guys, here we go. Oh yeah, Abby double-crossed Raven. Ain't that some shit?
Incoming.
You know what to do. Stay out of sight.
Will Vincent even listen to that?
Still alive, I see.
Well, thanks to you.
Or you?
You seem upset, McCreary. But you need feelings for that, so...
This is what I'm talking about, bad writing. But I'm just gonna let it slide.
Errand boy looks better. Should I be hopeful?
I'm not. Robert's lime's filled with fluid this morning. He almost drowned. Maybe we should let her do her job.
My people know you didn't trade for me.
Well, then it's a good thing my people have all the guns. I had them locked up when you came home.
This is kind of interesting.
As always. Crowded.
Vincent! Stay hidden, asshole. What's about to happen here?
Am I early?
No, Vincent. You're right on time.
We should finish this later.
We only treat the people I trust. After that, we cure everyone else. Deal?
Trust me, Abby. Killing someone and letting them die are not the same thing.
Thanks.
Careful, Doc. He took a thorn out of a lion's foot. But he's still a lion. I still can't believe you helped cure them.
Take it easy. Like I look cured to you, maybe it didn't work. We killed the pilot.
Yeah.
Then we pop off these collars and run like hell.
Now what? We don't have to kill him. Besides, he's more valuable alive.
What I know is that a dead man can't fly a ship or fire missiles at the people we love.
According to Shaw, this place is a civil war waiting to happen. What's weaker than an enemy at war with itself?
I agree with Raven.
Yeah, you son of a bitch!
She was ready to burn this place down if she couldn't see you. This isn't goodbye.
Octavia's sick.
We can't risk the child being seen here. She'll be safe now, and so will you. Be quick.
Wait, so what happened in the last episode? Bellamy goes in to see Octavia, and then all of a sudden Octavia's sick? Like, come on, really? No. Go back. I want to see exactly what happened.
What did you do?
Monty's algae, as head of the army, Indra can accept Teosa's terms for peace. I poisoned my little sister, Clark.
She was willing to destroy the last survivable land on Earth just to win a war. Not to mention kill the people we love.
Once Juan Cruz surrenders, I'll come and get you out.
So, I kind of want this to be a mistake, just so Bellamy and Clark can be wrong again, because I hate them being right.
If you're right and there's something in her blood, dialysis should filter it out.
What happened? This is a prime example of bad writing because they're not even going to show you what happened, how he got out of there.
You were there. Tell us everything that happened. Did she take anything?
She was eating one of your rations. Why?
Because she might have been poisoned, that's why.
Nyla, that's enough.
We were sharing it the Juan Cruz way.
Have you considered that the worm toxin might still be in her blood?
It's possible. We need to prepare for succession.
I'll inform one crew. If there's any change in her condition, I want to be the first to know. The whispers are true. Our beloved Blood Reina has fallen ill.
I love how no one questions this.
Listen to me.
Like, no one suspects Bellamy.
I trained Octavia as my second, and I love her as I love my own child. It was her desire that if she should ever fall, I step forward to lead you. I will negotiate for one crew to enter the valley peacefully, so that no more shall suffer.
You're not in command here.
Who said that? What?
Blood Reina gave that honor to me.
So you expect us to follow you?
Now, I'm not asking you to follow me.
I'm telling you.
For Blood Reina!
You know what a commander means to the Grounders.
Maddie's a child. I don't care how many of these people still believe in the flame. They believe in Blood Reina more.
Maddie will be protected.
The answer is no. Now unchain me so we can get the hell out of here before we all get executed for treason.
No.
I'm sorry. This is happening.
Don't spell me.
Haha.
You said that you protect her!
I lied.
No! Follow me! Please! Follow me!
Eat shit, Clark.
Better get on that treatment.
Is he gonna tell him?
She didn't tell you. Why would she?
Tell me what?
I guess Diaz is choosing who lives and dies. You
Seem to be on the wrong list.
How do you know this? Ask the question. Show me.
What you're saying is true. You should get your friends and go before the bloodshed starts.
Okay.
If you're lying,
I kill you.
it'll be your blood that's shed.
God, your poker face sucks.
Listen to me. Diosa didn't tell McCreary about the cure. Bad things are about to happen here.
Nice work, Murphy. As soon as the fighting starts, go to work on the collars. The pilots do.
Raven just wants the pilot to be freed because she wants to sleep with him.
Can I talk to you?
Just once, I wish we could have a casual conversation.
We're escaping, and I want you to come with us.
No,
Sean, if you're gonna say that you're still loyal to Diosa after what she did
it's
to you,
not that, Raven. I'm their only pilot. They'll never stop looking for me. That means you'll never be safe. I don't know why I care about that.
Because you want to sleep with her.
Easy going charm.
Can't be because she's hot. And this is the CW.
either you come with us, or we'll kill you. How's that phrasing going?
We'll have to work on it. I'm in.
Ah, we weren't doing anything in here, just standing around this table. Mom, how's it
I need
going?
to speak with my daughter. I didn't mean to interrupt your prayers. As it turns out, I'm here to answer them.
Suddenly you're a peacemaker.
Real warriors hate war, Gaia.
And yet all you wanted me to do was follow in your footsteps.
The child with Clark is a real knock leader.
She's like, I know.
Make her commander. She alone can unify one crew and stop this war.
This is desperation.
Gaia.
Not to mention treason for which we would both be thrown into the pit.
Not if it works. My faith is not as pure as yours, but you are as responsible for what Octavia became as I am. Blood Reina was a leader we needed then. We need a true commander now.
The decision isn't mine to make. The child must choose. For herself.
A check on Octavia.
Maddie, do you know why they've brought you here?
It's okay. It's okay. No one's gonna hurt you.
I told you I would never force this on you. And I won't.
What happens to Clark if I don't do this?
I hate to put this on you. If there was anything else I could do, I would. This is how we save Clark.
Okay.
She's waking up.
That's, is she gonna knock out the doctor? Not even a whole episode and Octavia's away.
Yet is also worried.
I'm right here.
Bellamy.
My brother poisoned me.
You need to arrest Bellamy.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
No one is leaving this room.
Holy shit. This episode's good. Just as good as last episode. Damn. This season, I'm telling you. This show is like on another level.
McCurry knows about the cure.
Code blue, boys and girls. You know what to do. Lock it up.
Everybody weapons hot.
After we roll up Abby, we go for Shaw.
Copy that.
I thought this was going to be like an episode or two from now. I didn't think it was going to be like right now.
Something wrong?
We didn't come all the way back to Earth just to kill each other.
We came to live.
And now we can.
What's Diaz is saying?
She's telling them about the cure. I gotta say, she's good.
Go on. Tell them. Tell them that you were planning to let us die.
Now you're just being paranoid.
Oh, here we go. Basically like throwing a rock in a room full of like rat traps and watching it all like explode. Here we go. I know, right? Fuck it.
This is no mystery.
I like it. So much bloodshed here. It's crazy.
Did my part.
Just one more wire. Got it.
I'm going with Kane.
John. Not again.
It's Abby. I have to.
Fuck Abby, man.
Damn it. It's okay. If I die, the cure dies with me.
What?
Deeper.
Run, Abby.
Kill her! Yes! Just break her fucking neck, damn it! Fuck!
And you kill your unborn child.
Bro! I'm so upset now.
It's a girl, by the way.
Just kill her!
We have to go now. Where's Abby?
They took her, but she'll be okay.
Bring back the doctor. Now.
Surrender. So you're not just a traitor. You're a coward.
I let you go too far. The dark year broke us all.
Do not talk to me about the dark year.
I shouldn't have let you shoulder that burden alone. I won't make the same mistake now. Soon one crew will accept their new leader and surrender.
You're dead.
You swore to me Maddie would never ascend.
Thank God. We have to stop it. Please.
You're not behind this.
Obviously.
It's Indra and Bellamy. They poisoned Octavia, and now they want to replace her. Nyla, please. I know that you're loyal to Octavia, but we both want the same thing. Thank you.
Don't make me regret this.
Where are they?
She's in there, but the faithful are already gathering.
Tell me the truth, Nyla. Will one crew follow a real commander?
They might. But as long as Octavia holds power, Maddie won't be safe. Clark. Take care, yawn up.
Clark, what are you doing here? Get out.
It's easier to kill me.
I can't let anything happen to Maddie.
If Clark kills Octavia, I'm not watching the show anymore. I'm telling you that right now. I will stop watching.
Ascende superiors.
I am surprised.
I dare you, Clark. I'll turn this off.
Or we both can win.
What are you talking about?
The only person who wants Maddie to be commander less than me is you.
Why isn't she waking up?
Patience. The flame affects every commander differently.
You said you'd never done this before.
I haven't, but I've been preparing for it my whole life.
That's not the same thing. You know what they say? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. That's it.
If you take it up now before it's complete, she may never wake up.
Quiet, traitor. Do it, Clark.
If you kill this child, you make her a martyr.
Take them to the rover.
If Octavia kills Bellamy, I might actually like that. So I'm sick of his shit, to be honest.
Arrest the traitors.
Oh, this is good. This is a good episode.
Hear me?
You're alive still? That's funny. Yeah, bad guys!
Worried about that thing in your chest?
Nope. Already cured.
This is for Dioza. What the hell was that?
Clark, you're okay.
Why?
We had a deal.
Gun, blood drainer.
Put the gun down, Jerome. You like Jerome, come Sangera crew. Lexa, come Tree crew. You believed in her. Now believe in me.
Alright. What the f-
Why did you do that?
You know why?
Oh, Clark is so unlikable. Whatever.
The Nightblood child did not recite the lineage, and is therefore not the true commander.
She is not one crew. She is an enemy of one crew.
But first we have a war to win.
Okay, guys, so that was the 100 Season 5, Episode 9, titled Semper Tyrannis. That was another great episode. So, Season 5 is firing on all cylinders. We just finished Episode 9. There are, literally 4 episodes left until we have finished the 5th season, leaving us with two seasons left. Okay. A lot of stuff would happen in this episode that I thought was going to be stretched out, at least over the last couple of episodes. Like, I didn't expect McCreary's uprising and revolution and that kind of civil war to happen now. I thought, if anything, we're going to kind of kickstart that in the next episode or the episode after that, but I'm actually kind of glad we're doing that. We're kind of speeding things up just because it gives us more time to kind of help shape the ending, help set up for the final season, or not the final, but help set up for the next season. And I'm trying to figure out what could be the next step in this narrative. So I'm guessing the finale, even though we only have 4 episodes left, I'm guessing we're going to have to find some way to resolve this battle, this war, this potential war, I should say, between Dioza and Octavia. Now, while Dioza and Octavia are kind of looking to engage in battle in the future, they're also kind of dealing with their own war at home. Dioza's dealing with a civil war. Technically, Octavia's dealing with the same thing. There's like a power struggle. McCreary wants Dioza out because McCreary knows that she's lying, and Murphy's there to kind of stir the pot a little bit, you know what I mean? Which I do like. I do like when Murphy's, what he's doing. You know, I just kind of wish that we kind of did a little bit more with him, you know? But I do like how he's kind of just, he retains those the Murphyisms, you know what I mean? So I like how he's like, this is my masterpiece after chucking the rock and starting the Civil War and everyone's fighting all comically and everything like that. It made for good, entertaining television. It may not have been like the most well-written scene in the world, and I'm not saying that this show is the most well-written show in the world, but the show is written like almost like there's no subtlety to it. It's just, it is what it is. Like, you're seeing it, we're just going to tell you. You know what I mean? We're going to tell you what we're doing just because they just want it to be easier to follow, easier to understand. And while it can come off as lazy and whatever, I'm just saying it's supposed to be easier to digest for like the youngins. You know what I mean? Because no one wants to sit there and have like and listen to characters spat out dialogue for 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Even though that is good, I'm just saying, like, really good writing, you can have the action literally be a conversation. Like, I find myself being more engaged in a conversation than I would pointless killing, because it's like, okay. Because if you're able to entertain someone by just having two forces talking to one another, it just proves like how good you are as a writer. Like, take for example Batman and Joker in The Dark Knight, the interrogation scene. Two opposite forces having a conversation with one another. You know exactly what they're all about. They're basically, you know what they're all about. Cards on the table. Go. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like what I'm seeing here. And we know what these characters are all about. And while it was kind of weird waiting for something like this to happen, I'm glad that things finally did happen. So, and I find myself kind of siding with McCreary for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is. Diosa, she has her moments, but I don't like how she's... I don't know, because then Clark does the same thing, and the fact that they just kill anybody in their way, and I don't know. Like, Clark and Diosa, they're basically similar sides of the same coin. But we're supposed to like Clark, right? You know what I mean? Because Diosa, like, I was so mad. I thought McCreary was going to kill Diosa. And Diosa basically used the information of her being pregnant to kind of give her the opportunity to stick McCreary in the neck. That shit irritated me so much. And then that scene reminded me, or it once again reminded me of that scene when, at the end, dude was about to kill Clark. And then Maddie was like, oh, because she had the flame in her. She's like, oh, you served Lexa, so you believed in her, believe in me. And he's like, okay, I will. And then Clark just kills him. Fuck, man. I don't know. Clark is something else. Like, I know some people are, like, there's this whole debate. Not really debate, but there's, like, I guess the fandom's kind of split on, do you hate Clark or do you not hate Clark? I really don't try to actively hate Clark, but man, she's just written so badly. It's just... I mean, I get it. I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying, it's annoying how much she gets away with. You know what I'm saying? What else is going on? The Raven and Echo stuff, they're kind of like fighting over Shaw, which is very CW-ish. It feels like they're trying to develop some sort of love triangle, even though it's not really a love triangle. It's more of like a save triangle, because Echo wants to kill the pilot. Raven wants to save the pilot. The pilot doesn't really give a fuck. He's just like, I need to do this because of my people, blah, blah, blah. So it's just kind of like more of the same. But I'm trying to figure out where these characters go, like, immediately in the next episode, because we've had a civil war. Murphy basically told McCreary about the device. McCreary has the doctor, so they have the doctor. Diosa has the device. So something's got to happen where they're going to have to negotiate or something. Octavia's back awake, and she's basically sent Bellamy to, I guess, fight in the arena alongside Indra and Gaia, which would make for an interesting situation, because now they're traitors and now they have to fight, and I'm guessing Bellamy's going to survive somehow. I feel like Indra is going to die, and that will suck because she's been such a good character. I wouldn't say great character, but she's been a good character. she's done her job in the sense that she, like, whatever her character is, she's actively, pulled it off. She's executed her role perfectly. She's great. I would love to see a little bit more of her. The actor is really good, but I feel like if anything, this would be the moment where she would probably die. Gaia, I don't know, maybe. The only thing I know for a fact, and I'm not saying that because I know spoilers, future spoiler. I'm just saying for a fact, CW. I know for a fact that they want to do Clark and Bellamy. They played the long game. They've held them apart for so long, and I'm guessing they're like, I bet the fans can't wait till we finally pull the plug or pull the trigger. I can wait because I'm like, I don't really care about any of that, but what exactly is gonna make that a thing? Like, I just feel it. It feels like such a CW thing to do. But then it makes me wonder if that happens. If the end game is Clark and Bellamy or BLARKE, what happens to Echo? What happens to Nyla? What happens to anybody else that they kind of had relationships with along the way? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But Maddie is now the commander. They're on the run. War is coming. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this episode is really good, guys, and I can't wait to see what happens next. I probably am just going to hop into the next episode. So I do want to remind you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are probably completely done with Season 5. If you're seeing this on YouTube, we're already into Season 6 over on Patreon. So yeah, if you want to just skip the YouTube highlights and skip the wait, hop on over to Patreon. There you'll find the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, as well as early access to everything else you see here on the channel, as well as exclusive reactions. So if any of that interests you, hop on over to Patreon. And of course, that being said, we just have a couple episodes left, and I just really want to see where the show goes. This show's been really good, and I know that I was kind of complaining at the beginning about how I would have preferred a season where we kind of, or maybe like a half a season where we're following them up in space or on the ground, but the story's kind of taking shape, and maybe it was for the best that we didn't see that, but going forward, this is some good shit. Can't wait to see what's going on in the next season, or for the rest of the season and going forward. But yeah, just gonna end it there. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys next time in the next episode of The 100, Season 5, Episode 10. Until then, adios, guys.
And if you liked what you saw, tell your friends, tell your family, tweet about it. And if you didn't like it, shut the fuck up.